In today's video, we're going to examine several incidents where officers clearly crossed the line. From detaining a man simply walking down the street, to arresting another merely for bruising an officer's ego. The footage we're about to show you is shocking. By the end of this video, you just might agree such behavior should lead to their immediate firing. Let's dive in and take a closer look. Two cops approached a guy who was just hanging out, and they started demanding to see his ID. The guy knew he hadn't done anything wrong, so he refused to hand over his ID. This seemed to annoy the cops, and they decided to write him a ticket, though it wasn't clear why. Normally, cops are supposed to introduce themselves first and explain why they're stopping someone, but these cops skipped all that. They didn't even clearly say why they were giving him a ticket. They just muttered something under their breath, probably to convince themselves they had explained enough. Despite not understanding the cops well, the guy ended up giving them his first and last name. One cop then went back to the squad car to look up the guy's name in their database. This situation here shows why it's important to know your rights and maintain your privacy when possible. By not giving up your ID too easily, you can prevent cops from finding out more about you in their system than necessary. One of the cops started explaining to the guy how to pay his ticket, but the guy wasn't listening because he had no intention of paying a fine for a problem that he believed was made up by the cops just to justify their actions. Instead, he planned to deliberately not pay the fine. He hoped this would lead to a court summons, giving him a chance to tell the judge about the cop's unprofessional behavior. Fortunately, he had filmed the entire interaction, which could support his claims. Realizing this video could be trouble for them, the cops tried to cover their tracks. They brought up some vague story about a fight, but it was unclear what they were referring to since the guy wasn't involved in any such an incident. It seems like cops sometimes come up with reasons that only make sense to them now, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm okay. See my ID for what?
For the jaywalk. You're to cross within 150 feet of the crosswalk. 30
So, listen, I was just trying to share some information with you. You didn't want to hear from me, so I'm going to write you a ticket, and maybe the judge can explain it to you, and you can go from there. So can I see your ID, please?
I don't have to show you my ID, but I'll give you my name.
Fair enough. What's your last name?
Davis.
And the first?
David.
And
Middle name, K-I-F.
And your birth date?
6/30/70.
Look, I didn't want to make it a deal. We were trying to find out who was fighting back there, but you wanted to make a deal.
But you don't want to investigate a fight. You'd rather give a jaywalking ticket because I challenge your authority. I get it.
No.
I get it. I get it.
That is not it at all.
Yes, it is that at all.
I tried to explain to you back there.
It is
you
that.
told me you're an anarchist and you didn't want to follow the laws. And
Yeah.
so,
I won't follow the law. So good. Give me a ticket. I won't pay for it. I'll go to my court date so I don't get a warrant, and that's it. And I'll just tell the judge that he can screw off. You know, because that's what I do. I don't pay tickets for unlawful bullshit. Like, oh my God, you know.
What do you mean unlawful? I thought you said you didn't follow laws. So.
Yeah, this is unlawful.
Which part?
You giving me a ticket over bullshit is unlawful. Yeah. Just because the power of the state backs it up and says it's okay doesn't mean it's fucking right or that it's lawful. You understand why a lot of people have problems with the police. It's because of shit like this. It's because of you guys overstepping your authority.
So by enforcing laws...
Sure, I can do all that.
By enforcing laws that were written by people other than this and being sworn in and asked to go in and...
Hey, you want to know what? The SS enforced all of Hitler's policies too, right? Weren't they lawful orders when Adolf said, go fucking kill the Jews or the gypsies or the black people or the homeless people or the mentally ill? Yeah, it was all under the guise of law. So your argument doesn't have any weight whatsoever.
You might not think your mud flaps could get you pulled over, but for this one guy, a cop decided to stop him, claiming his mud flaps were too short. It's hard to imagine how someone even notices that while driving. However, the situation got tense when the cop approached the man. The cop was clearly annoyed because the man didn't stop his vehicle immediately after being signaled. But the man had a good reason. There was no safe place to pull over without risking other drivers' safety, so he drove a bit further and stopped at the first big lay-by. You'd think the cop would appreciate the driver considering the safety of other road users, right? But instead, the cop opened the passenger door of the man's vehicle without asking. It's unusual for anyone to approach a driver from that side. Then the cop asked for his driver's license and told him to get out of the vehicle without really explaining why.
Okay.
Why are you rolling, man? I let you way back.
What do you mean, why am I rolling? I didn't see you until I was right here on this street, and I kept going because there's no place to pull over. I pulled over when it got open.
I let you way back there.
Where?
Man.
Where at?
At the beginning of Moon Lane.
At the beginning of Moon Lane.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Whenever I turned off, I saw you.
Let me get your license, man.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hop out.
No, stay in the vehicle.
Okay. You have no reason to come up here and just open my door like that, for sure.
Okay. Insurance.
Guy pulled his gun on me and everything.
Okay.
Crazy.
Put both hands on the wheel, please.
Okay.
Both of them on the wheel. All right, remain there. Do not move, okay? We're going to take out the vehicle.
Sounds good. You can shut my door. Will you shut this door?
Yeah, hop out.
What are you doing?
Hop out.
For what?
Hop out.
What's the reason?
Hop out, man.
What's the
What the cop said next was really out there. He claimed that the man's vehicle was old and that people who drive old vehicles often have warrants. What? You probably didn't see that coming, and Jesus, neither did I. Trust me, the man was even more surprised to hear such a ridiculous statement from a cop. Without any warrant or the man's permission, the officer decided to search him to see if he had anything in his pockets. Despite all this, the cop still wouldn't explain why he was searching the man or what he was suspected of. Later, the officer claimed the reason for the stop was that the mud flaps on the vehicle were too short. But that was a stretch, considering it's pretty hard to spot short mud flaps while someone is driving a vehicle. It seems like the cop was either really bored and looking for some entertainment or was just trying to flex his authority. The only thing the cop did right was to introduce himself when the man asked who he was.
What's the reason? Can you tell me what the reason is? You come up here and you pull your gun on me and then you rip my door open for no reason.
Step out of the vehicle.
What's your reason for pulling my door open?
Please step
What's the reason for pulling the door open?
It's an older truck, man.
So you just rip my door open because it's an older truck?
And you're rolling. People who roll have warrants.
I haven't rolled
They
anything.
have pot all over their pants.
I don't have
It smells
any.
like marijuana in your vehicle.
This
Hop
is
out.
sawdust. Okay, sounds good.
Put your hands up on the vehicle.
For what?
Hands up on the vehicle, please. I'm just going to
You're not gonna frisk. What am I under
Put your
arrest
hands
for?
up on the
What am I
vehicle.
under arrest for?
I'm frisking you for weapons, Bubba.
Okay.
I'm not putting your handcuffs.
I don't have no weapons.
Spread your legs, please.
You're gonna touch all up on me whenever. Yeah, that's gay as hell. Look at this boy. Look at this boy. He's getting all up on it.
All right, stand back here, man.
So what's the reason for the search? What's the probable cause?
For your mud flaps, man, being too short.
So you ripped my door open and frisked all up and opened my truck up for my mud flaps for being too short? Is what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Yes or no?
You have warrants?
Is that what you're saying? Yes or no? Yes or no?
729 Texas deal.
What's your name and badge number?
Robertson, 8848.
Robertson, what'd you say, 48?
5164.
But that's where the cop's reasoning stopped making sense. This time, he claimed he stopped the man because he suspected there were drugs or marijuana in the car. If you think about it, that's pretty far-fetched. A rookie cop standing by the road can't just spot a car and magically know it has drugs inside. How could he even guess that? Moreover, the cop still couldn't clearly explain why he had initially stopped the man. And to keep his qualified immunity, he really needed a solid reason, especially after he forced the car door open and searched the man without a warrant. Seeing that the man wasn't going to just let this go, the cop decided to call for backup. But of course, this seems to be a big issue with cops. Whenever they feel outsmarted, they tend to call for more cops for support, as if having more of them around makes them stronger.
Pass by. So I come up here to where it clears up. I pull over, and then you come over here and rip my door open, and then start accusing me of what? Saying I've pot all over me, which is sawdust from working because I've been cutting all day. You feel all up on me.
Also pot on your edge of your seat, man.
There's pot on the edge of my seat.
Come here. You can now go back in the car.
I want to see all this, yeah, for sure. But again, you rolled up on me and ripped my door open because my mud flaps were too short.
Yes, sir.
So that's normal procedure for you to just run up and rip doors open because the mud flaps are too
You have
short?
the car rolling, man.
I wasn't rolling. I got to a place where I could pull over so that people weren't stuck getting in and out.
There were people who roll have drugs.
I wasn't
warrants.
rolling doing anything. I was sitting there calmly cruising.
They're not to any good, man.
So I'm automatically bad because I didn't want to block the drive.
10-4. All right, Mr. Schultz. Let's start over.
No, we're not starting over. You came up on me, ripped my door open, and pulled your gun on me.
Just tell me a unit. I'm going to PC search once other vehicle gets here.
What's your probable cause?
Odor of marijuana, partner.
So you ripped the door open and there was odor before or after you ripped the door open? Because you ran up on me with your gun drawn and ripped the door open. Is what you did, yes or no? Yes.
I'll be recorded. If you want to copy.
You didn't start your body cam until after you ripped your door open. I watched you. You started it right when I handed you my license. Right, yes or no? Yes or no? So what are we here for now?
Once again, the cop tried to justify his actions by claiming he smelled marijuana as the man's car drove past him. But this excuse doesn't hold up at all since the windows in the man's car were already rolled up. Even if there had been marijuana in the car, which there wasn't, there's no way a cop would have smelled it through closed windows. Then the cop noticed the man's jeans were dirty and jumped to the conclusion that the stains were marijuana. What? The man quickly explained that he was just coming home from work and that his jeans were dirty from dust and other stuff at his job, not marijuana. It's clear to see how desperate this cop was to pin something on the man. Cops are supposed to protect and look out for us, not harass people for no good reason. Let's hope this cop got fired immediately after doing this.
I'm going to be on probable cause search.
For what was your probable cause? Because my mud flaps were too short?
Odor of marijuana.
But there was no odor until after you ripped my door open or before?
It doesn't matter. You're rolling the window down anyway.
I didn't roll this window down. Not at all. I rolled that side down. See how it's down? This window's not up. He ran over here and ripped this door open and had his gun drawn on me.
Absolutely.
Is what happened.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So where's your probable cause at? Before or after you ripped the door open?
I opened the door and it was coming from the car as well.
What car?
This pickup.
So it was coming from, so with the window up, there was odor of marijuana coming out?
Absolutely.
Is that what you're going with?
Absolutely.
Sounds good. It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
So, how much marijuana is in the vehicle?
I don't have any marijuana in there. But I got sawdust in there, and evidently that's marijuana. There's no probable cause because you came up and just ripped my door open. Oh, nice. Now he's trying to get a tent ticket. He's going to try and get something today.
You live on Middle Lane, man?
No, I'm not answering any questions. You have my license.
A cop approached a man on the street and out of the blue, he just asked him where he lived and what his address was. When the man questioned why that was important, the cop said he was just asking. But really, he shouldn't be prying into personal details like that. His job is to protect people and their rights. Sure, he can ask, but the man had every right to politely decline to answer. Then the cop started scolding the man for walking in the middle of the road, even though it was clear there were no sidewalks available for him to use. All the man wanted was to enjoy his morning walk in peace. Is that so much to ask? Suddenly, the officer claimed that the man fit the description of someone they were looking for. If that were true, why didn't he say that right from the start? It seemed like he was just throwing out reasons, hoping something would stick. Seeing that the man wasn't going to give up his rights easily, the cop had no choice but to let him continue on his walk.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good.
I'll try to call the police department. Where do you live, bud?
Huh?
I said, where do you live?
On the roadway.
Oh, what's your address?
Why do you need to know all that?
Well, I'm just asking, man.
Are you detaining me for some reason?
No, I'm just talking to you, man.
I'm just walking. I live right here down the street.
What's your address?
I don't feel safe telling you all that.
Why don't you feel safe telling me that?
Because I'm just walking and you're over here.
You're standing in the roadway.
Well, there's no sidewalk.
I got you, but I'm trying to figure out what you're doing, man.
I'm just walking by. It's a nice early morning.
Into a house.
Okay, and that has nothing to do with me. You can't stop everybody that's walking because a car dipped
No,
into a
but you
house.
matched the description of the person I saw driving the vehicle.
And what description is that?
Who's a Hispanic male with a flat bill hat?
Okay, so if you see every Hispanic, well, a lot of people work. I bet you if you go over there, that truck over there.
The car is just four houses down, man. I'm not trying to be difficult, dude. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
Nothing's going on.
Okay, you don't have any weapons on you, nothing like that, right?
No, sir.
Okay.
There's no reason for me to carry weapons or nothing. I'm just enjoying the morning, nice walk to the neighborhood.
Okay. All right, man. Well, you're good to go, all right?
All right.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Just when it seemed like everything was settled and the man could continue his walk in peace, another twist drops. Another cop approached him and told him he was detained because his colleague, the one who had stopped him earlier, had said so. Naturally, this confused the man since he had just been told a while ago that he was free to go. So why is he being detained now? The new cop claimed he didn't know the reason behind the detention. How can someone detain a person without knowing why? Imbeciles, imbeciles, imbeciles. While the cops might have thought they were just doing their job and showing their authority, they were actually causing a lot of trouble. Such foolish actions could lead to serious consequences for them. And honestly, they should be fired immediately after doing this. No one should have to deal with this kind of hassle, especially during a peaceful morning walk in nice weather.
What's wrong? What did I do, officer?
You have some ID?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir.
You live around here?
Yeah, I live down the road.
What's your address?
I don't feel like I don't have to tell you that.
Okay, right now you are detained.
For what reason,
Okay?
sir?
Because the other officer told me.
How? I just spoke to him. He said I wasn't
He
detained.
just told me that you are detained.
For what reason?
All right? I don't know. I just showed up. I don't know. I just showed
To
up.
detain me.
But right now you are detained.
You have to give me
Do
a
you have any
reason.
weapons on you?
No, sir.
Do you have any ID on you?
No, sir.
You have no ID?
Sir, why am I being detained?
I'll let you know that here in a second. What's your last name?
I don't need to tell you all that, sir. My right as an American citizen to walk without being harassed.
You're not being harassed.
Yes, I'm being harassed. You just pulled over with your lights. You just
Yes,
turned
I
them on
did,
me
'cause he just
and
told me
detaining
that you
me.
were being detained.
He just pulled me over and said, "You're not being detained, sir." He asked me a few questions. He's like, "What are you doing?"
And he just told me.
I told him the same thing I told you, sir. I'm walking by. It's early morning. It's
Are you
nice
with that other
outside.
guy?
Imagine being stopped not once but twice during your morning walk by the cops and you hadn't done a damn thing wrong. That's exactly what had happened to this man. To make matters worse, the genius first cop who stopped him earlier came back with a more detailed explanation for the detention. It seemed like he let the man go initially because he wasn't sure what to say. But after a few minutes, he changed his mind and decided to detain him. The explanation he gave this time was confusing. He mentioned something about the man's brother, a vehicle, and claimed the man was also in that vehicle. But that didn't make any sense since the man had been walking the entire time. What vehicle were the cops even talking about? To top it all off, the cop threatened to jail the man for obstructing the police unless he ID'd himself. But every cop has got to know that obstructing the police is a secondary charge, and you can't be arrested just for that. The whole situation just didn't add up and seemed unnecessarily complicated for a simple morning walk. These cops went as far as searching the man without any permission or warrant. They even accused him of lying. Projection much? Despite the fact that he was just out for a walk and kept bringing up a car that had nothing to do with him. One thing's for certain, if these cops are going to push the limits of their qualified immunity, then they better be ready to face the consequences of their actions. They need to understand that overstepping their boundaries isn't something that can just be brushed off.
No, I'm by myself. Look at me.
So you don't know that other guy?
No, sir. What other guy? What are you talking about? I'm walking right here, sir. I'm trying to walk, just enjoy my morning without being harassed. This is the second time a cop pulls me over today, just walking. Tell me that's not being harassed.
Do you have your wallet on you? Do you have your ID?
I have my wallet. Why,
All right,
sir?
turn and put your hands right here.
Why? Where am I being detained?
Just turn and put your hands right
No, but for what reason?
here. Hey, where's your wallet, dude?
In my back pocket. I
You
do
gotta
not
tell me-
consent to
you
a
got-
search. I do not consent for nothing.
Hey, listen, man. What's your last name?
I don't need to tell you.
It's Isaac Gonzalez,
I have
right?
the right to walk around without being harassed.
Are you Isaac Gonzalez?
It doesn't matter who's who. I don't have to tell you my name. All I have are broken. I'm just walking around.
So, understand, we can do things off of reasonable suspicion. The fact that you and your brother did me into a house, and then I drive by, y'all are saying that he's got this BS story about the car overheating. I go by, I park, y'all start to back out, I pull up, and y'all slam on y'all's brakes, y'all pull back further up into the driveway. And then, hold on, and then you hop out and you start walking around like a lookout. So that's reasonable suspicion. Based off that, you are being detained. At this point, you are detained. Earlier, you weren't detained because I couldn't put you in the vehicle. But now your brother tells me that you're in the vehicle. And you match your description like I told you before.
I'm
So
walking.
at this point, no. At this point, you are detained. So I need your name and date of birth. If you fail to give me your name and date of birth, you will go to jail for failed ID. You told me you had an ID on you.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said it was in your wallet.
No, I said my wallet's in my back pocket. You said, where's your wallet? I could replay the video if you'd like.
What is your name, man? Your brother just drove off. So much for his car overheating.
I don't know who you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Why are you lying?
Sir, I'm just walking down the road.
Walking down the
Yes,
street.
I am, sir. I'm not committing no crimes. I'm not looking to do anything.
But it's
So I'm free to walk.
in a
I'm not
car.
dipping at
How-
you. I'm
You're
walking.
in the passenger seat.
Dude, I'm walking. I'm walking. I'm not in a car.
You're not, man.
Yeah, sir. Am I not walking? Am I not here on the street, walking down the street? Did you not pull me over already once, harassed me, spoke to me, let me go, said I wasn't being a toy,
No one harassed you.
called another officer to pull me over on this street.
I was like, well, put
So
you in
all
the
this,
vehicle.
all people, if they come out, they're gonna be like, look at this dude. Next time they see me walking, I can't even walk because everybody's gonna be like, hey, look, that dude must be up to something. The cops are pulling him up. I said I live down the road. Doesn't matter where I live at, sir. Okay, sir.
So
Look,
be honest.
I'm just walking down the road. I'm being honest,
No.
sir.
All right, man. I'm searching for your ID.
For what reason? Well, I do not do this. You mind if I call my attorney? You mind if I call my attorney, sir?
Now, check out this cop who was so bored during his night shift that he decided to pull over the first person he saw just to flex his power. By chance, it was this man with a different skin color. The cop quickly came up and ordered him to get out of the car, claiming he couldn't hear him properly even though the window was open. Sensing the cop's aggressive approach, the man chose to stay in his car for his safety. Smart. He calmly asked why he had been pulled over and why the officer wanted him out of the car. But the cop dodged the questions, insisting he wouldn't discuss the reasons unless the man stepped out of the car. It was a pretty manipulative move, showing just how self-important the cop felt, acting like his mere request was reason enough for compliance. He even tried to force the car door open. Eventually, the man got out just to find out why he was being stopped. Predictably, the cop claimed the car smelled like marijuana, even though it was unbelievable since there was no way he could smell it from a closed car driving by. When his initial accusations didn't stick, the officer switched tactics and asked the man how much he had been drinking that night. The man assured him that he hadn't drunk anything, but the cop claimed he could smell alcohol on his breath. Not wanting to leave any room for doubt, the man even offered to take a breathalyzer test, suspecting the cop would decline since it would likely prove the officer was making it all up. And sure enough, the cop wasn't interested in testing him. Next, the officer decided to search the man's car, hoping to find something, anything that could justify an arrest. On one hand, the man knew he had nothing to hide. The cops can search his car until the break of dawn and find nothing incriminating. On the other hand, he was really frustrated. It's not every day you encounter a cop who seems so determined to make an arrest, no matter what. What a jerk.
Two of y'all should get here. For what? It's two of y'all. That don't matter. Think you got a warrant for me or something? Nope. Do you have warrant, sir? Nah, I shouldn't. Ooh.
How much alcohol you had to drink tonight?
I don't drink.
Do what?
I don't drink.
So your breath smells like alcohol is the reason I'm asking.
I can blow.
Okay.
All right. And your breath smell like bacon. Waiting on another officer. We got two right here. What we waiting on? What are we waiting on? Let's conduct this traffic stop. What you waiting on?
You act like you've never been in a traffic stop.
Man, I'd have been in 10,000 traffic stops with y'all. Yeah.
You get your car fixed, right?
Ain't nothing wrong with my car. You tag light.
Yeah.
I got insurance and everything.
That's great.
Great.
That's awesome.
You ain't talking about no tag light. You just gonna pull the car over anyway. Come on, clown. You just gonna pull the car over anyway. We ain't talking about no tag lights. We talk about a black man in Kannapolis. Y'all harass us so much. That's what we talking about. Yeah. But the lawyers gonna get all this. What? You come grabbing my door again, though, bro. Don't do that crazy shit.
Maybe you need to learn the law.
You need to learn the law. You need to walk up and ask me for my license and all that. You don't need to just walk up and grab my door ever in your motherfucking life again.
Yeah. All right, do me a favor, step back here in my car. Just so you can hang out in front of my car real quick.
What you finna? What,
I'm gonna search your car, so I need you to step back here is what I'm telling you.
I'm gonna record
Otherwise,
you.
can
So
be-
I'm gonna
that's
record
fine.
you. Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
don't care
record
if
you.
you
Yeah,
record.
because
That's
y'all
fine, but I
y'all.
need you to step back
No,
here.
I'm gonna record you searching my car. Y'all done set me up before and put dope in my car. I'm gonna record.
Okay, you can step
Okay.
back here.
This time, a female cop approached a man who was simply exercising his constitutional rights in the courtyard of a public building. He planned to head to the reception and continue his lawful right to film since the area was open to the public. He wanted to see how the workers and the police would react to him just doing what it was legally allowed to do. The female cop felt she needed to follow him, thinking he might wander somewhere off limits. Soon, a male cop joined her, and right from the start, his approach was very aggressive. He insisted that the man had to leave immediately, or he would be arrested for trespassing. The man calmly tried to explain that it's not possible to be charged with trespassing on public property. But the cop was prepared with a counterclaim, insisting that the man was actually on private property. Seeing where this conversation was headed, the man asked the cop to call his supervisor. This request seemed to hit a nerve. The cop was clearly upset by the implication that he had a superior.
Because I feel I need to actually stay with you because I'm not sure where you're going and what your plan is.
You feel and where I can Sorry, I'm good. How you doing, fella? My name's Ken. Can I take your name? Don't have to give it. Okay.
2628, yeah? Are you stationed
Give me 2 seconds. Sergeant Kenneth Evangelista, 2628, and I'm on the dog section, kind of indirectly based in. I'm going to ask you to leave the premises, okay?
I'm speaking with the chief super at the moment, okay, and he's currently reading an actual memo.
No.
Okay?
I'm asking you to leave the premises.
He is a senior rank to you.
Listen.
I'm waiting for him.
I'm asking you to leave. This is aggravated trespass. I'm asking you to leave. You are because you are obstructing people doing their daily role. This is private property, so I'm going to ask you.
Property.
No, this is private.
It's public.
Thank you.
Please do not touch me. I'm going to escort you into the premises.
Let's go.
Okay, before you do, you need to read that before you start pushing. Before you start pushing, you need to read that.
Walk this way.
Okay, please don't grab me.
I'm asking you to walk this way. You're asking this for content. Let's go.
Here comes the
I have
actual
no
senior
problem.
officer now. Okay? So I will wait for your senior officer.
Okay.
He is your senior officer.
As soon as he does this, we're
I'm waiting
leaving.
for your senior officer.
Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a senior
He's your
officer.
superior.
He's not my superior.
Yes,
He's
he
my
is.
senior officer. He's not my superior.
He's your superior.
Nobody is my superior
He's your
here.
superior.
Senior officer. It's a
He's your
rank
superior.
structure, okay? You've been asked to leave. This is private property.
It's public property. The public pay for it.
So I've asked you to leave in relation to aggravated trespass.
No, I'm going through this. How is it aggravated trespass?
He's obstructing officers from doing their duty. It's private property.
I'm not. I was having a lovely conversation with the previous one. Okay, I've got the last little bit to do. I want to go to reception.
He's obstructing us from doing our daily role.
Okay, so can you tell me who did I actually?
Well, I'm here.
No, you came and you just started grabbing me.
I didn't.
Yes, you
I
did.
told you.
No, you just started grabbing me.
And I'm asking you to leave.
No, it can't be straight aggravated trespass. It cannot be straight aggravated trespass. And trespass is civil, okay? And you did not go along the correct line. So let's get that correct.
I do, and I'm going to escort.
Otherwise, I'll be encouraging the gentleman to leave the premises or go to the only...
The cop quickly corrected the man, saying that no one was superior to him, only his senior colleagues. You could say this was a cop who was pretty full of himself. He even thought he had the authority to stop the man from going to the reception desk, which is meant to serve the public. He went as far as to threaten to use force if necessary. But unfortunately for him, this didn't intimidate the man at all. Instead, the man stood his ground, determined to defend his rights, an important stand, as it's the only way to ensure fewer cops behave this way. Things escalated when the cop started to push the man. Fortunately, the man had recorded everything. When the cop realized his mistake, he quickly denied the pushing, but by then, it was too late. It's all on camera. He should have thought about his actions earlier. I hope this man takes legal action for battery and that the cop faces serious consequences for his shitty actions.
Public place. You should not allow your officer to actually grab members of the public like that. Okay, and he cannot go straight for aggravated trespass. It is trespass first, okay, which is civil. Okay, yes it does.
Let's go, please.
Okay.
So, the police officer deals with it on suspicion of offences.
Suspicion is not a
different matter.
Suspicion is not a crime.
So, at the end of the day, what I will repeat to you is that you have gone beyond the public space areas of here. And frankly, it is made clear on the signage, because I see it every time I come in, that it's not a public right of way, but there is a reception which you haven't been to.
Well, then I'll make my way to reception.
You're not going to, you're going
No,
off.
I'm entitled to get to
Okay,
reception.
I'm asking you now, sir.
Okay,
Let's go,
please do
please.
not grab me. Please do not grab me.
No,
No,
let's
I've
walk this
already
way,
shown
please.
you now. If you
I'm
read
asking
that as well,
I'm asking you
if
to
read
walk
that
this
as
way.
well, okay, you can see. If
I'm
you
asking
read
you.
me,
I'm asking you to walk this
okay,
way.
and you can see
But you
what else
can't
is
just
on there.
stand there, sir.
Okay.
You cannot. I'm
You've
asking
got my
you.
property there.
Okay.
Okay.
Then you
I'm
can take
trying
the property.
to. Yeah,
Then
so please do not
you are
grab me.
just continuing the
No,
conversation.
please do not
I've
grab
asked
me.
you to leave. leave.
Okay, I will
Multiple
talk to you.
people have asked.
I will talk
Then
to
let's
you.
walk and talk.
Okay?
I will walk and talk.
If I can grab my property back, please.
I'm happy to walk and talk.
Okay. So
Well,
he's
just,
actually
just
got my
confirm
property.
this is a
Okay?
2020.
And that is the current one. That is the current one. There is no update on that. Okay, there is no update to that.
I'm happy to walk and talk while you
Yep.
record for your content.
Yep, this gentleman still has my property, so I'm just waiting to actually receive that back.
Are you going to the top or the bottom entrances?
I don't know
want
which
to
one the
confirm.
top or the bottom is.
That's the top one. The one down the hill is the bottom.
No, it's that way.
It's the shortest route. So
Okay.
that way.
Right,
Very
here
well,
it is.
that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, Rob Harris. Would you provide your name to me at all?
I don't need to. I don't need to.
No, I'm just asking. Would you? No, you're okay. Okay.
I believe we know who the gentleman is.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go this way. I'll walk and talk. I'm happy with you too, but I just need you to walk. Then if you walk that way, you're not walking to reception. No, you are not. This is a private... Because this is private property.
No, it is a public service.
Okay, we're going round in circles. I'm asking you politely, just, right, you keep talking over to me, now let me just explain something.
I don't need to listen.
Okay, but then if you don't listen, I will escort you off the premises, and if necessary, I will use force. So if you don't move, okay, and then you can do that, fella.
In the end, we're talking about this guy who decided to stir things up at the police station. First, he went to the parking lot behind the station and started filming the police cars. When a cop got out of one of the cars, the guy asked if he could do him a favor and turn on the car so he could snap a picture with the headlights on. However, the cop just ignored him and headed into the station. Not one to give up, the guy followed the signs to the public areas and walked into the lobby of the police station. There, he was greeted by another cop who asked if he needed help. The guy made the same request to this cop, who looked pretty baffled by it. Getting no response again, the guy decided to head back outside to the parking lot where he had started. When he got there, he saw more cops getting out of their cars. Maybe one of them would be willing to help him out with his unusual request.
All right, pal. Just before you leave the car, I'm just taking some pictures of the cars. I couldn't get a picture with the. Sorry?
You need to go out of the car park.
I was just asking you a question.
I know, but you need to come ask me when we're walking. Are you asking me?
Well, if you listened, you'd understand. Just before you leave the car, just getting some pictures of the cars. I was wondering if I could get one with the lights on.
No.
No?
The car park is trespassing.
That's not a police matter though, is it?
What?
It's not a police matter, is it?
No, but you just leave. I'm asking you to leave.
And what happens if I don't leave?
What?
And what happens if I don't leave?
Well, just send you to leave, that's all.
Yeah, I know.
What have you been awkward for?
Why are you being awkward? You could just flash the lights for me. I got a picture and I'd have left. You're being awkward, not me.
It's not sorry, is it? Huh?
No, but it was a polite request. Public entrance this way. So, not really sure what he's talking about. Public entrance is this way. But then there's no public access. It's all a bit strange, this. But it's open, so let's have a look. No. I was actually just having a look around.
Oh, okay.
And I came in here because the guy outside was being funny. So I just come in the public entrance because he was being funny with me. I only asked him if I could get a picture with the lights on. And then he was...
Sorry, which guy's that?
I don't know, police officer, he just walked in.
Okay.
He said I was trespassing. I don't see how I could be trespassing at the police station.
No, it's fine. Is there anything I can help you with?
Not unless you've got some car keys, get a picture with the lights on the cars.
Not
If that's
really.
possible. He was stood by his car.
Right.
And I started to ask him the question. And he got really funny with me and said I had to leave.
Okay.
And I was like, I was only asking you a question.
Right.
And he says, well, what do you want? So we'll come back here and we'll have that conversation instead of being funny about it.
Is this something you do? Just go out and police station sort of?
Yeah, so I'm
police cars?
yeah, videoing the police cars and stuff like
Just
that.
for your own use?
Yeah, it's just for personal use, yeah. Is that something I could request of you? To get a picture of the lights on?
I'll say no, but probably if you wait long enough
If I hang
outside,
about.
you'll see somebody coming in.
No worries, I'll hang about outside
Okay,
then.
thank you very
Awesome.
much.
All right.
When the guy spotted a cocky rookie cop stepping out of a police car, he decided to switch up his approach. It was clear that his presence at the police station was meant to be provocative, a sort of lesson for the cops about making senseless or even unlawful requests of citizens under the guise of law enforcement. Instead of responding to the rookie cop's questions about what he was doing in the parking lot, the guy chose to remain silent. This really got under the skin of the rookie cop. He thought the guy was being rude by not answering his questions. But really, isn't it just a person standing up for their rights? Choosing to exercise the Fifth Amendment and stay silent is a legal right, after all. What do you think? Is it rude, or just someone asserting their rights? The rookie cop asked the guy once more what he was doing there and why he had come. But really, just being able to be there should have been reason enough. Flipping the script, the guy then asked the rookie cop for his name and badge number. However, the officer, feeling a bit too authoritative, told the guy to read it off his uniform if he really wanted to know. Clearly, someone needed to remind this cop about respecting the policies of his department. Then another man came along, not even in a police uniform, and started telling the guy to leave. If this was the rookie cop who had just finished his shift and changed into regular clothes, he really should have just continued on his way home instead of trying to meddle in matters that should be left to the on-duty officers.
What are you doing, are you?
Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, you can tell me why you're here. What's that?
I'd rather not.
Well, what's the reason for you visiting a police private property?
I just told you I'd rather not tell you.
So you come into private property. Any other reason apart from being obtuse?
No, you're being rude.
I'm not.
You are.
You're being rude. I'm asking you a question, not answering me.
That's not rude. I've respectfully declined.
I'm asking you why you come
And then you started. And then you started calling names.
I ain't called you a name.
You said I was being obtuse.
You have been obtuse.
I'm not.
What's the reason for you to come into the private property?
What's the reason for you to come onto the private property?
Because I'm at work.
All right. I'm at work.
Doing what? What's it you do for a living?
What is it you do for a living?
Police officer. I think it's quite obvious what I do for a living.
And what's your name?
I'll tell you my name.
Do you not?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where I identify us.
And what's your identifier?
It's clear for you to see.
I can't read.
I'll tell you, am I?
So you're not going to identify yourself?
Yeah, because I don't have to.
You do have to. It's in your policy.
That's where I identify us.
It's in your policy to identify upon request.
I'm not telling you how I identify because you can read it. You can video it and review it back if you like.
I can't read though, so looking back on the video is not going to help me.
Somebody can read it for you.
I don't have any friends.
What are you doing on private land anyway, mate?
What are you doing on private land?
So I'm working here.
Oh yeah, you haven't identified yourself yet?
Pardon?
You haven't identified yourself yet?
I have.
You haven't showed me your warrant card and you're in plain clothes? He hasn't told me his name or numbers.
You've seen my warrant card. You've seen my warrant card.
Did I?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Right.
What purpose have you got to be here? Apart from...
Go on, we'll start again then. We'll start again then. We'll forget this guy because he was quite rude. To be fair, you was as well.
What's the purpose for you being on private property? Is what I'm
now you're interrupting me now, aren't you? Do you want to quieten down and listen?
Right, go on.
Yeah?
Go on.
Right. So I came to get some videos of the police cars. Yeah? To ask a couple of questions. But I very quickly realised that when I ask you guys questions here at Heckman White Police Station, you guys are very rude. So I stopped talking to you, and now I'm just waiting for a police car to leave with the blue lights on.
You haven't been waiting a while.
I might be.
So why don't you wait on the street? Just quite clearly see it from the street, can't you?
I can't.
You can. You stand at that corner, you'll see a police car leave.
This is the only way in and out.
Yeah.
So you'll see them from there, won't you?
I'd rather stand here.
It quite clearly says on the signs, private property.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
It says no entry there, and the steps down there also says private property.
Okay. And is it your private property?
It's West Yorkshire Police private property.
And who pays for West Yorkshire Police?
Taxpayer.
The
Also
taxpayer.
pays my wages.
Okay. So we all own it then?
Well, no, I don't.
You're a taxpayer. You a taxpayer?
Yeah.
Yeah, taxpayer. So we all own it. Taxpayers. Yeah?
Right. But it's private property.
And who owns it?
But you don't have a right to go onto this premises, do you? For
Why not?
What legal reason have you got to be on this premises?
How do you know?
Well, I'm not asking you.
I'm not telling you.
Well, how can I get to the bottom of it? Then can't you tell me?
We'll go investigate. Are you a
The rookie cop was clearly frustrated with being outmaneuvered, so he started claiming he had the authority to arrest the guy if he wanted to. It's a bit troubling how some cops think they can just arrest people based on personal whims instead of actual legal violations. This cop tried every trick in the book to get something on the guy, but none of it was sticking. His claim that the guy was being detained for an ongoing investigation and therefore needed to identify himself didn't hold water either. Next, the cop tried to label the guy as suspicious just for filming around. But there's nothing inherently suspicious about that. When the young cop couldn't handle the situation solo, his supervisor stepped in, and he wasn't any better. He argued that the guy shouldn't be there because the parking lot in front of the station was private property. But that doesn't make sense. If it's private, how are people supposed to park there when they need to visit the police station? Genius.
Well, give me your details and I'll do.
No.
There you go then. We'll get to the bottom of it.
No, we won't. No, you're right.
So,
but you can investigate all you want.
You're not going to tell me who you are. You're giving me a power to arrest you, right?
You're giving me a power to arrest me?
Because at the moment,
wow,
you're being
okay.
antisocial in your behaviour.
Am I?
Yeah, because I have some down the stress, members of staff are coming in and out of the police station.
Okay.
So at the moment in time,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Are you going to go down section 50 of the Police Reform Act then? Is that what you're going to do?
Possibly.
Please do. Please do. Please do. Because I get paid a lot of money every time you do that.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I get paid money to be standing here talking to you.
I get paid a lot more when you arrest me.
Good. Right. So what we're going to do? We're going to stay here all day or what?
I don't know what you... I have no idea. I'm going to wait until a police car leaves with blue lights on.
Can go wait over there?
No, I'd rather wait here. Oh well, I'd actually rather wait sat on this wall like I was.
You see less there and you stood over there.
No, but I've got a nice seat there until this guy interrupted me, and then you interrupted me.
I don't interrupt you. I'm just querying what you're doing here.
It's none of your business. Yeah.
And we've seen you observing from in there, looking at our police cars.
Yeah, yeah. Our police cars. Our police cars.
Our police cars.
Our police cars. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm wondering what you're doing on police cars.
Yeah, I was looking at the firearms box in the back. It is a firearms box that in it in the back. Yeah, yeah. Because the other guy, he was very rude and wouldn't actually tell me. Although that information is available on Google.
Oh, there you go then.
So we took a guess, but now we've got it confirmed. It is a gun cabinet in the back of the car there.
Most firearms cars do carry guns.
Well, it looks like every other police car to me. You know what I mean? I have no idea. That's why I asked the guy that should know, but instead he decided to be rude. Are you not arresting me then, no? Sorry, start again.
I said obviously you want to film people. I'm just asking what you're doing on this property.
I was just sitting.
Right, it's private property.
It is.
It is. So you're not allowed to be on it.
I'm not.
Stand out there and film all you want. I can't stop you filming, but you're on private property. So unless you're needing the police for anything, you need to be off private property, please.
All right.
Enough?
No, not really. No.
Okay. Why not?
Because I'm just sat here waiting peacefully.
Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong in that way, but you're on police property. So unless you're wanting an officer for something to help you out with something, then
yeah, you could actually help me out. Have you got any keys for the vehicles?
Of course I have. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you said that. Why did you say that so funny? What are you pulling faces for?
Of course, I've got keys for police cars. Why?
Well, not all police officers drive cars.
Why do you want to know that?
Well, why didn't you ask that question instead of pulling a funny face at me?
You're wasting my time. Off police premises now, please.
No, you're wasting my time.
You're the one sat here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep asking you all night, fella, because I'm busy. You're going to walk off and I'm going to move you off.
Why are you going to... What do you mean you're going to move me off?
Because you're on private property.
Whose property is it?
Our cars.
I've already spoken to this guy.
Police property.
I've already spoken to this guy.
Right. Go film off the yard.
Who are you pointing at? Get your finger out my face!
No, it's not.
Get your finger out my face!
Not in your face.
Get your finger out my face!
It where you need to be.
Get your hands off me, you little muppet! You think you're doing?
I'm telling you.
Get your hands off me!
I'm telling you to get off private property.
Why are you putting your hands on me?
Now leave, because you're the one that's getting aggressive and shouting.
You're putting your fingers in people's face. Get your hands off me!
I'm not going to keep asking. Right, come on, move.
Now you're pushing me.
Yes, I am. I'm moving you off.
Get your hands off me.
And next time you do that, you're locked up for assault, sunshine.
You're pushing me. I'm on the path.
Stay there all you want. You're not coming on it.
Sausage boy. Get back inside. Little pillage. Shut up, you little div. Get back inside.
Call me all day.
I will do.
Okay. You'll get Bob before I do.
No, I better what?
Yeah, he's still on police property.
Get your hands off me.
No! Move! I'm not asking.
I'm on the path. What are you pushing me for?
We'll stay there. Out of my face and out of the way.
You're in my face, you little muppet. Little sausage boy. Get back inside, you little div. Knob.
Sad life we're leading.
Yeah, isn't it? Going around pushing people. You feel hard with that badge on? Eh, you little numpty. Little sausage.
A man was stopped by a cop for a minor traffic violation, but there was a bit of confusion about where he should pull over. The man didn't quite catch the cop's instructions properly, so he stopped his vehicle a few hundred meters down the road on a wider section, whereas the cop had expected him to stop right at the next intersection. Aware of the mix-up, the man promptly handed over his documents to the cop, hoping to resolve the situation smoothly. However, a new issue popped up when the man wasn't satisfied with how far the man had lowered his window. The window was open just enough for them to communicate and exchange documents, but the cop insisted that the man roll it down all the way. The man, prioritizing his safety, chose not to comply with this request. This left the cop puzzled. He couldn't understand why the man would feel threatened by his presence and claimed he wanted the window fully open to feel safer himself. It's a bit odd, isn't it? Why would an armed cop need to feel safer in such a situation? The cop even went as far as to threaten to call for backup, implying that the man was legally required to fully open his window, though no such law actually exists. Although the initial stop was for speeding, the situation escalated as the cop started to make up rules on the spot, complicating things further for the man.
Is this not the next intersection?
No, sir. There's about 5 driveways you could have pulled into.
I thought you meant the intersection here. I apologize.
I said the next intersection. There was a community there you could have pulled into. That I pull people over at all the time to pull in there. There's an open field right there you could have pulled into. There's many places.
Just a misunderstanding, sir.
Okay.
I thought you meant this intersection. Here you go.
Can you roll your window all the way down for me, please?
Why?
For officer safety.
Sir, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm recording everything.
Okay.
Okay, here's my hands.
I'd like you to roll your window down, please.
Sir, I don't feel safe.
You don't feel safe?
I do not.
Would you like me to get another deputy so you have 2 law enforcement?
I'll feel less safe if there's 2 of you here.
How would you not feel safe with police officers here?
I could explain it, sir, but you're not going to believe me. So here's my license, which I'm required to give you. Here you go. And here's my insurance, which I'm required to give you. Sir, I'm not required to by law.
Yes, you are, sir.
I am not.
I'm going to check.
I've been through this many times.
Okay, please put your window down.
I don't feel safe. So here's my hands. They're going to be on the steering wheel.
I need your registration also.
Okay. Why am I being stopped?
For speeding, sir. You slid right past me and you were going 65 miles an hour. It's a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit.
Okay. Here's everything I got.
Okay.
And here's my hands, okay?
You want to tell me
wait, here's
what the problem is with rolling your window down?
Here's everything I got. Here's all my paperwork. I'd rather just remain silent from here on out.
Is this your...
I'm going to remain silent from here on out.
Well, you need to tell me if this is your current address, though, if I ask you. I'm not asking you to any questions about any crime, okay?
I'm still allowed to remain silent, sir.
You could remain silent.
I can remain silent at any time, sir.
This man knew he hadn't broken any major laws. He was also aware that beyond providing his driver's license and insurance, he wasn't required to give out any more personal information like his phone number, ID, or home address. Wondering why a cop would need his home address just because he was going a bit over the speed limit and without causing any harm on the road, the man chose to stay silent from then on. However, the cop wasn't pleased with this silence. It seemed like he might not be familiar with the Fifth Amendment, which protects citizens from having to answer potentially self-incriminating questions. Despite this, the cop persisted and started asking new questions, this time inquiring whether the man had any weapons in his car. The man had already handed over all the documents that were legally required, and that should have been enough for the cop. But sometimes cops who get a bit too carried away don't know when to stop. They keep pushing for more, not realizing that they've already got what they need and should just move on.
Need to give her your Miranda warnings. I'm just simply getting your identification, which includes your current address and telephone number.
Sir, with all due respect, I've given you everything I'm required to give you by law.
I'm inquiring as to whether this is current or if you live somewhere else.
And I answered.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you said you weren't going to tell me.
I said I don't. Okay. I'm going to say this one more time. I remain silent. I don't answer questions. And that's it. Do what you have to do. I've given you everything I'm legally obligated to do.
Do you have any firearms in the car, sir?
I don't answer questions.
No, you need to answer that question, sir.
I don't answer questions, sir.
Sir, do you have a firearm in your car?
I don't answer questions, sir.
Are you some sort of sovereign citizen or something?
No, I'm not, and that's defamation.
I'm sorry? I'm asking you a question. I'm not telling you.
No, sir, I do not work for the police. I do not work for the police.
No, I didn't ask you that.
Well, that's what a sovereign citizen is.
No, sir.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Sovereign citizen is somebody who doesn't think that the law applies to them.
Sir, I've given you everything I'm required to give you by law. What are you talking about?
I'm just,
You're just making stuff up now.
I've been polite.
I've been polite to you too, sir, and I've given you everything I'm required to give you by law, and I've done everything I'm required to do by law.
All right, I also need your telephone number.
No.
Okay.
I'm not required.
All right, sir. You can hold on to this, because I don't need this. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Here's your stuff back. I'm citing you for speeding. Like I said, it was 65 and a 50.
That's not true, but okay.
You have,
I have my cruise set. I have my cruise set on 54, and I have a dash cam. You see that, right?
All right. So anyway,
that's fine. Okay.
$43 fine, and you have 30 days to take care of it. Thank you.
And you're going to be in court?
Drive safely.
Yeah, he'll be there.
If you want to take it to court, I'll be there.
Will you tell the truth in court, or are you going to lie like you're lying now?
Swear to first.
Scumbag piece of shit.
What really went down is quite different from what the cops claimed. First off, the man wasn't speeding at all, and he even had proof. He decided to stay quiet initially just to see how far the cops would take their story. He had a dash cam recording everything, plus a GPS device in his car that showed he was driving at 54 miles per hour the entire time, which was completely legal and nowhere near the speed the cops accused him of. It became pretty clear to the man that the cops were just trying to concoct a reason to pull him over, slap him with a ticket, and grab some cash. It seemed like the money from the ticket was more important to them than being fair, despite the fact that citizens already pay their salaries through taxes. When another cop tried to back up his colleague, it only made things worse. That kind of behavior isn't what you expect from good cops. True professionals in the police force don't support wrong actions. They stand up against them, now don't they?
What's my deal? Armed men stop me and steal my money? You call that freedom? Are you armed? Or are you stupid?
You talking about us?
Yeah, you! Armed men!
I don't get any of that money.
You don't get any of that money? Where's your paycheck come from?
It doesn't come from citations. It comes from county taxpayers.
Right. I pay you to steal my money, correct? Who's initiating the theft of the money? The armed men who are stopping me on the road, traveling freely down the road, trying to go about my day. You're going to steal money from my Yeah, just shake your head because you know it's true. It's not true that you are... Hey, buddy. For me, I was going 54 miles an hour. I had my cruise control on. Your guy's a liar. Good cops don't let bad cops do bad things. So you're not a good cop either.
You'll have your day to plead it in court.
Sir, are you kidding me? So the sovereign citizen judge and the sovereign citizen cop who work together all the time, is he going to have evidence I was going that fast, or is he just going to be hearsay?
He will.
No, he won't. He'll just say, I saw John, and the judge will believe him. Bro, you're a sovereign citizen. He's a sovereign citizen. You guys violate the traffic law nonstop. I have about 100 videos of you guys violating traffic laws, and you're armed hypocrites coming here with guns trying to steal my money. How come he didn't make me sign it? All of a sudden he realizes what the law is. And he tried to tell me I have to answer his questions. He's a liar. I know I don't have to sign it. He tried to tell me I have to answer his questions.
You have to answer at least
No, I don't have to answer anything.
your address and everything.
I don't have to answer any questions. You guys are liars. You're a sovereign citizen.
He's trying to make sure that you get your citation. That's all it is. He's trying to
And I gave him everything he needed, and he insisted I still needed to answer his questions. He's a liar, just like you. Okay. That's what cops say. When cops get cornered, okay.
I don't understand why you're so negative towards law enforcement.
Because law enforcement take human suffering and turn it into cash. You guys don't do anything productive. How is stealing my family's money?
Stole your car today and drove away. Who would you call?
If I called the cops, and they wouldn't do any good. Because you, first of all, you rarely recover anything. You rarely prevent any. No, it is true. I'm a police accountability activist for about 20 years now. I've been following you.
How many cases have you followed up on in Hillsborough County and District 1 lately?
Hey, how many bad cops have you arrested?
4 for 6 this month.
How many bad cops have you arrested?
1 vehicles, 4 for 6 this month.
How many bad cops have you? See, he won't answer that. How many bad cops have you arrested? How many?
Man, he called out a serious issue. Cops are often seen breaking the law and then get backed up by their colleagues. Cops are supposed to be public servants who enforce the law. They aren't the law themselves and definitely shouldn't be above it. This means they're supposed to follow the same rules as everyone else. Fed up, the man started hurling criticisms at the cops and didn't hold back, which clearly struck a nerve. Oh, poor cops. The cops were offended and warned him to watch what he was saying. But honestly, given their approach and attitude, they shouldn't have expected him to react any differently. After all, everyone has the right to freedom of speech, right?
Any cops breaking the law have you arrested, pulled over, given citations to?
Personally, one. I've only been here 6 years.
You've arrested a cop?
Yeah.
For what?
Domestic.
Oh, he was in a private capacity? How about when he's in his official capacity?
He wasn't committing a crime. He beat up.
How many cops who break traffic laws have you pulled over? 0. Okay. So cops don't break traffic laws?
Of course they do.
Non-stop. You guys don't follow the law. You guys don't follow the law because you're sovereign citizens.
We actually have GPS in our cars that actually gets us in trouble. If we're speeding for any reason, it sends a...
Dude, I have 100 videos of you guys doing that. You don't get in trouble. You're a liar. Oh my God, what a liar. Yeah, complain to the cops and then they investigate. The cops investigate themselves.
Just make sure when you get pulled over, just safely pull over. I just want to make...
I did.
Safely pull over.
I did.
You did exactly what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
You said initially you pulled over on 41. Just make sure you pull over to a safe area, just like you did here, okay? That way you're safe and he's safe. That's our only concern. I don't care if you hand anything out the window. I don't care if you answer any questions, anything. Just give...
He cared?
Just give...
What's his name?
That's fine. It's on your citation.
What's his rank?
It's on your citation. He's a deputy. But...
Just a deputy. He's not any sergeant or any striped sovereign.
Just make sure you give him all your information. That way you...
I did.
And you can get out of here quick.
And I did. And I gave him everything he wanted. He wanted more than I was required to give him.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine. It's not fine that you ask for more than I'm required to give you. That's disingenuous, uncredible, and it's not. I feel that way.
It's the matter of the fact is you have your citation, you're safe, you're free to go, and you, like I said, that's the end of it. But I'm just letting you know that safety-wise, just make sure you pull all the way off the road. That way you're safe and he's safe, because these people are drunk, they're texting, they're not paying attention.
Dude, why do you keep saying that when I already did it? I did exactly what you're saying, and you keep repeating it. Do you guys all share the same brain?
What's that?
Do you all share the same brain?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yes, yes. I'm glad you admitted it.
I just told him yes, I was good.
Do you all share the same brain?
You know the answer to that question.
Yeah, the answer is yes, because you all parrot the same shit, you all break the same laws, you all act like sovereign citizens, and you don't follow the law.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm
sorry I feel that way. I have video documentation of cops breaking the law nonstop over the past 20 years, but is he sorry that I feel that way? Get out of here, dude.
There safely.
Dude, get out of here, because you're stupid and you're a liar.
Listen.
You're a lying, stupid, sovereign citizen piece of shit.
When you pull back out, please be careful.
Go fuck your mother. How about that?
That's real.